Hello out there. This is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. I am here tonight to share with you a virtual card class. It is spritzing up my scrubber over here. It is Tuesday, May 24th. I'm just after 6:30. As usual, Facebook always gives me a little bit of a hard time connecting, but I finally was able to, so I am here. If you're watching live, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I like to see who's out there. It's our only way of connecting. Hi, Susan. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm using the word see. I'm putting that in air quotes. Nice to see you. So tonight I am going to be doing a virtual card class. This is my May class called He's All That. And if you're not familiar with my virtual classes, oh my goodness. Misty, go lay down. My cat has been sleeping all day. She decides, I swear, she starts to hear me talk. And she wants to take all the attention of my Facebook Live. Anyway, so this is my May virtual card class. And it is called He's All That. I use the He's All That stamp set. Actually, the bundle. Comes with, you can buy the bundle. You get 10% off when you buy them together. I have a couple things to show you. Now, if you're not familiar with the way my virtual card class goes, is that all I'm doing tonight is I am having a card class. I'm showing you how to create these cards. And if you decide you want to shop with me, I will send you the card kit for free. You have to spend a minimum of $35 before tax and shipping on my website, donnasingleton.stampinup.net, and use that host code GTH7EZVP, and you'll get this card class. And they come, I packed one up just so I can show you. These are the 4 cards that I'm going to make tonight. They're very simple, but when I saw the stamp set, I had to get it. I had to get the paper. The paper's beautiful. I'm going to show you some of it, but most of mine is cut up because I've been cutting for this class. I used it in a swap, and I don't have a lot of it left. And I've gone through, I'll show you the pieces I have left of 3 packs. So here's, first one says, wishing you a happy Father's Day. This one says, happy birthday to a classic. And then we have one that would be good for, it could be good for a birthday. You could put anything on the inside. I'm not doing anything on my insides tonight. You can do whatever you'd like, but this one is Every Day With You is Another Adventure. And this one I think is cute because for those grilling masters in your life, holy smokes, you're amazing. So, one of the things I wanted to show you is, let's see, where did I put all these pieces of paper? Okay, so this is the, I just got finished telling you this. I put this out again. This is the host code, and this is the explanation. You can earn this VCC Virtual Card Class Kit for free when you shop with me. Place an online order, $35, between the 18th and 31st of May. So some of you have already placed an order in, so I already have a kit with your name on it. And I'm still cutting and prepping these kits, so they're not all ready yet. And orders of $50 or more will also receive a pack of embellishments. I'm not sure which it will be, but I use these 2 in my kit. I use the matte black dots and rustic metallic dots. And I do have an order for some of these that came in, that is coming in. So but they're on 2 different orders. So if whatever comes in, you may get, or you may get a package of rhinestones, because rhinestones would look great on these too. It all depends on what I have in stock to give you that. That's why I didn't mention which embellishment it would be. One other thing, let's see what else. Oh, well, no, let me switch to this. So if you have a long wish list, I just need to tell you, I'm just trying to get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. If you have a long wish list, Stampin' Up! Has an awesome starter kit join special that you can get these 4 items for free, along with $125 in product for only $99. So you're basically getting almost $200 worth of product for only $99 plus tax. Shipping is free, so it's a really great way. If you have a list of like 125 or more, you have to limit it. It has to be 125. For $99, you'll get to pick out 125 in product, plus you're going to get a pack of grid paper, the in-color grid paper, a package of the new in colors, the 5 new in colors cardstock. It's a mixed package, a few of each color. You're going to get a package of the 6x6 in color paper. I used that in my last Friday in my Facebook Live. Plus, if that's not enough, you're going to get 5 ink pads. These are full-size ink pads in those 5 colors, which are Sweet Sorbet. Let me see if I get them all because they're brand new and I have to memorize everything. Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, oh gosh, Tahitian Tide is over there, I think, and I believe this is Starry Night. No, Starry Sky. All right, so those are those 2 things. And all right, so now I just want to show you the product. So this is the stamp set and the die. I printed this out because this has all the papers on here. And this is just taken right out of the catalog. But this is what I have left. Move that over. This is what I have left. So I don't have a whole lot left. There's not a lot here. But what I want to show you, this is called a specialty pack. And usually a specialty pack is usually because they have some gold foiled paper in it, but this has something different. It has 2 sheets. Now there are 6 here because I've got 3 packets here, but 6 sheets. Let me see if I can get one apart without everything falling apart. 6 sheets of these die cuts. Uh-oh. Hold on a sec. I just tipped over my Stampin' mist. All right. So this has this pack of, you get 2 sheets, and look at, they're all die cuts for you to use. And look at this, isn't this cool? So you get this torn edge. This is like the best thing right now. Everybody's doing torn edge things. But look at all these shapes. They're really cool. So you can put these on your cards, and you don't even have to do any stamping. Just decorate some cards with these. But you're flipping awesome. You're stronger than you know. You're a classic. My man, looking sharp. You're a champ. Hooray. Holy smokes, you're the best, you did it. Best Dad Award is a hooray. You make me hoppy. That's kind of cute. Hope your day is a grand adventure and nice work. So there's a lot on here. This is one of those little torn, like a notebook page. That's cute. So anyway, I wanted to show you that because that's a nice little addition. So it's called specialty paper because of that. So for you scrapbookers that are out there, these would be great to decorate your cards. Wouldn't they? Lots of arrows and stars and banners. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. And that is He's the Man Specialty Designer Paper. 159068. It's $15. If you are going to purchase this bundle, it's called the He's All That Bundle, which is the Stampin' Dies for $45. And it's 159079. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm on QVC with all these numbers. If you wanted only the stamp set, it's $22. And the number is 159071. Now, I have done all the die cutting and punching for you for this kit. So if you are shopping with me, it doesn't have to be for this kit. You could use your own sentiments, whatever fits in these little white banners. This is a very simple kit. A beginner could do this class because I have everything cut for you. You may have to do some tying. I supply all the twine and the ribbon, but everything's die cut for you. All the designer papers cut, the cardstock, everything. So all you have to do is stamp these 4 sentiments in these white labels 8 times because you're going to get supplies to make 2 of each of these cards. Normally, my virtual card class is only 4 cards, but like last month, I don't know why, but I kind of got carried away. I was too excited with the 2 different stamp sets, and for April, I did 2 card class to-go kits, which the card class to-go are different because, see, this is my card class to-go kit for the beginning of May, and it comes with 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, but it also has the written instructions in here. So that's the difference with my card class to go. It's got a private video for you to go watch and written instructions. Whereas the card class to go kit is, and I've packaged this up just to show you how you'll get it. But I haven't put in this is the link, the new link will go right here. Because once I'm done with this Facebook Live, I have to upload it to YouTube and get that path, and I'll print it on the front. So you're going to get a package just like this. So if you shop with me, doesn't have to be this stamp set, doesn't have to be anything that I'm using tonight. It could be just $35. Maybe you need $35 worth of adhesive or cardstock or whatever. As long as it's a minimum order of $35, you'll get this card class to go. I mean, virtual card class to go kit. And just be sure to use that host code because I have a couple things going on and I want to make sure that you are shopping in order to get that. All right, so I think that is all the housekeeping, as they say, business. So I wanted to show you, this is how you'll get it. All right, these are the cards we're making. I'm going to give the measurements as I go. So if you are watching this and you have the He's the Man or the He's All That stamp set, you can take notes and write down all the dimensions that I give as I go. And because, like I said, there won't be written instructions. You just have to refer back to this. But if you shop with me, everything will be cut for you. So this is how it comes. I pack them in a nice plastic bag, little cello bag, just so nothing gets damaged. Sorry for the noise of me unpacking it. But so this is it. All right, you get this front page. It's going to tell you the stamp set I used. I didn't put down that you had to have the bundle because everything's cut for you. If you decide you want to make more cards than the 2 of each, then you would have to go get the bundle. Now, I want to show you before I go further. I know I just put it aside. This is a great die set because, let me take it out of this sleeve. This is a great little circular die, and it's kind of a scalloped, but not scalloped. I call it a scallop, but it's really kind of like a wavy border. And it's got this label, it's got a small oval, a banner. Then these 2 are short banners, short straight banners, cut 2 at a time. And these 2 are the curved, obviously, and this kind of rounded corner rectangle. And these are kind of like just decorations that you can put on your card. You know, you can cut them out, and they look like little hash marks, from what I can tell. But they would make nice additions, like I said, if you're doing some scrapbook pages. I've also used a couple of punches that I have for these, but you will get everything all punched. And I will tell you the sizes of everything in case you decide to make some on your own. Because you can always just take notes tonight and then come back to this video and you'll be able to make them on your own. Because these cards, if you look at these are basically some very simple sketches. It's a circle in a circle, a banner behind that, a matted designer series paper, a bar of a strip of cardstock on the card base, right? Same thing here. We have a die cut shape, a punch shape, a designer series paper strip, which reminds me I didn't pull out that. I gotta get out that little button that's on this. I forgot to pull that out and get a little. I haven't even put the. Let me get a little. Okay, now we're all set for that one. So, I haven't put the label on that little guy, but I forgot I had done that. I also made this card, or something very similar to it, I can't remember if it was exactly like this, for a swap that I did earlier this month. So, I'm going to go through and make the cards, and like I said, everything's going to be prepared for you, but you can still write down the notes as I go through them. So let's start with this green one, because I like that one. I love the color. So that is, this is Soft Succulent, and all these card bases are 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And the reason I make these this size and fold most of the time is because they pack well. I can fit them into a card kit like this, and they pack easy enough. When I make them the long way, the envelope has to be a little bit longer, and then it's a little harder to ship things. It just costs me more money, and since I'm sending them to you for free, I try to do it the easiest way possible. All right, so all the cards, like I said, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right, I did not do anything on the inside, but you will get in your kit. So here's the first one. Let's just do it, Donna. Now I'm using Memento. You can use either Memento or Early Espresso, whatever you have. I may switch to Early Espresso. I might just stick to Memento. I've done all my samples in Memento. Let me leave that aside. All right. So these stamps, let me get the first one out. So these stamps are red rubber with cushion, so I don't necessarily have to have anything underneath me, but I'm gonna put, I don't think, if I'm not stamping over the edge of anything, so I'm not even gonna put any paper down. I'm gonna wing it. So you're gonna get 2 envelopes because you're gonna make 2 cards of everything, right? So you got 2 envelopes in the kit. You've got 2 inside pieces, the inside of your mat, except for the white card, because you really don't need the white inside. We usually put the white on the inside of cards because it gives you a place to write whatever you're writing to the person, your little message, because you wouldn't be able to see it on some of the darker colors. But on the white, you can write on that. So I'm going to take one of everything out. All right, so I have 1 card base, 1 of these strips, a mat, a piece of Designer Series paper. This is another piece of Designer Series paper. This is actually the one with the ties, but I wanted to use it instead of just plain Early Espresso. I thought it would just add a little bit something different. And then a circle and the die shape. So I'm going to I'll take out an inside piece and I'll put the rest back in my envelope so I don't lose anything. But you can go ahead, once you get your kit, you can go ahead and stamp everything, you know, assembly line it, get them all done at the same time. So for card making, everyone asks me, which side do you put in the middle? There's a bumpy side and this dash side. Somewhere along the line when I started making cards, someone said to me that you always put the mountain in the middle, and that has stuck in my head. I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way, but what it was explained to me was that when you're, like I've scored these for you, when you score, your scorer tool is actually breaking down the fibers of your card in that line there, and it's puffing it up on this side. So that side's the best side to put on the inside. So they always said, so it's a little bump. So I always stuck with mountain in the middle. It kind of stuck with me. All right, so you're going to need some adhesive, and you're going to take this long strip. This is 1 1/4. Get my ruler out and make sure. No, I'm sorry, 1 1/2 by 5 1/2. All right, now it's a little thinner than my card, but all the kits are going to be 1 1/2 by 5 1/2 because I happen to write the directions wrong when I was going to cut, so I cut everything 1 1/2 by 5 1/2. But it's all it is just a strip for the background, just to add a little bit of interest to the background. I love having a lot of layers. It's kind of just gives you something to look at. All right, so I'm going to put this straight across the center of this. So 1 1/2 by 5, so it's this exact width. I should put out my grid paper. Hang on. I'm getting grid up paper out because it's always good to use the lines on your grid paper. So let me see. And it might help me stay in the image area too. I tend to, so if I line this up, then I could, pull that up. I could use my grid paper kind of to get an idea to make sure I'm going straight across. All right, so that's another good thing about grid paper. All right. Let's stamp. And now this is that shape I was telling you about. There's like a circular, I'll show you this die shape here. This cuts out this and it gives it like a line. Puts like a score line in the circle. Let me put a little higher for you to see. It's kind of a neat shape. I really do like all these dies. I think I'll be using the dies a lot even after I do this class. So I'm going to stamp. I'm going to stick with Memento. But like I said, you could use any dark color for any of these. Now with Memento, it's a more of a felt pad, so you want to press a little bit harder and make sure you're getting it completely covered. And I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. So now since this is a circle, I'm just gonna, it really doesn't matter which way the little directionals of, I guess this is a compass, right? It doesn't really matter which way they're going because I can just turn the, let's see, good. I can just turn this if they weren't straight, right? All right, so let's put that aside. All right, let's see. Oh, hold on. Things are moving all over the place on me. Okay, so that's it for the stamping. I told you these cards are going to be easy. I know I'm going to run out of my seal in a second, so I'll see how many cards I get through. I'm only doing one of everything. Your kit will have two of everything. And if you get this kit, like I said, you don't have to buy this. You might have masculine sentiments already. Put this one on the inside while I have it. You might have sentiments that will fit on these. So you could go ahead and use whatever you have. You don't have to, it's just, you'll get these card kits all cut up for you. Now, dimensionals. So I've got a sheet of dimensionals. Uh-oh. Well, I almost lost my computer feed. So this is going to go up on dimensionals. So I'm going to put a few on the back. It's very strange to be here on a Friday night. I'm used to doing my Facebook Lives on, Tuesday night. Oh my goodness, I'm confused. I'm going to confuse you guys. You're all always thinking, what? Did she just say Friday night? No, it's very different to be here on a night rather than daytime. So this is just going to go centered right here. And this is just a great little sketch, right? It's not that difficult. It's a few squares. Card making really can be really difficult. It can be, I shouldn't say difficult, it can be complicated, you know. You could be an avid card maker and make really detailed cards. Now I'm going to trim the ends of this banner slightly. So the way I do it is I like to cut up the center. Let's see if I can tilt that towards you. Cut up the center. And I only cut up, oops, I have something on my scissors. Let me get that off because it's making it look different. So I cut up the center and then I go from corner to that point and corner right to that center again. So I'm going to do that on both sides just to create a banner. You could, if you have the banner punch or a square punch, we had the Taylor tag but it retired. But so just cut the ends into a banner, and this is just going to go centered right down the middle. And I'm going to kind of eyeball. This is not quite centered. Let me pull it around. I want about the same distance on either side. And then this is going to go up on dimensionals. Now on this card, I used some of our new embellishments for this. And I want to make sure I think this is a compass, right? It doesn't have like the north, south, east, west on it, but I know that's what it's supposed to be, right? For adventures. I love this paper. It's really cute with the little campers and forests. So if you know somebody that camps, that'd be great. All right, so these are the new embellishments that I'm using on this. They're called Rustic Metallic Adhesive Back Dots, and they're shiny, but they're kind of like I don't know how to describe them. I guess maybe like a bronze. And let me get my take your pick tool, and I am just going to put. I'll use a couple of big ones. I like to put 3 on things. You've probably seen lots of us card makers do the same thing. Just for your eye to jump around. So there's our first card all done. Right? Nice and easy. Alright. Now you'll make 2 of these. Your kit has enough supplies to make 2. Alright, so the next card, let me get rid of these dimensionals. So I'm going to upload this video to YouTube after this. My YouTube station is oh no, that's my blog right there, DonnasCreativeSpace.com. If you're new to me and you want to get on my mailing list, you can go to my blog, DonnasCreativeSpace.com, and up in the top corner there's a spot to click on to add you to my email list. All right, let's let's do this one next. Happy Birthday to a Classic. So this kit comes, like I said, everything comes two of everything. Now, the ribbon in this is a little different than what I would normally want to use. This is our Early Espresso Faux Suede ribbon. But, unfortunately, look at how much I have left. I don't have that much left, and I wanted to start cutting the kits this week. So, I went through my stash, and I found something comparable. I found the Early Espresso cotton ribbon. Now, this isn't available any longer, so if you're making these cards at home, if you don't get my card kit and you're making these at home, you can just order this Early Espresso it's called Faux Suede Ribbon, and it's number 152472. Now, I just realized I didn't give you all the measurements for this card. So let me go back. I think I stopped here. I told you, well, this is the card you're going to get. This is 1.5, Early Espresso, 1.5 by 5.5. Then you have another piece of Early Espresso that's 3.25 by 4.25. Then you have a piece of Designer Series paper that is 3 by 4. Then this circle, I used a 2.25 inch circle punch. Oops, I should come down a little bit. 2.25 inch circle punch. Now your kit's going to have all this in it, so don't worry. If you're getting the kit, you don't have to take all these measurements down. Now this die cut label, if you're doing punching at home instead of using these dies, it would be 2 inches. But the kit you'll be getting. Now this strip of Designer Series paper was 3.5 by 1/2 inch, and I cut the ends into a banner punch. And then the inside piece is 4 by 5.25. All right, all the inside pieces are 4 by 5.25. All the card bases are 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Did I say that right? 4 by 5.25? Yes. All right, so I apologize. I said I was going to tell you everything. All right, so I want to show you a new punch that we have. I was so excited to use this. I think I used it twice in this card kit. It's called the Decorative Circle Punch. And this is the shape, and you probably can't see it too well because of the glare, but that's the cutout of in the back, right? Now this is the shape. Let me put it on the white so you can see. I really like it. It's like, it reminds me of the smaller shape in the Hippo dies that just retired, but it's so nice because it's in a punch. So it's kind of like a, I don't know what you'd call it. They're not scalloped. It's kind of like a swooshy, curvy square. I don't know. It's a decorative circle. That's what they call it. All right. So you're going to have this kit, has 2 of everything. I'm going to pull out 1 of everything. We don't need, get that 1 of everything, and then I'll tell you the sizes. A white piece and a piece of ribbon. All right, like I said, you're going to get the cotton ribbon rather than the suede, but it's the same. It's just the texture's a little. It's just they're both called Early Espresso. They're very similar in shades, but one is a different material than the other. All right, so, and this is, so your ribbon, it's just to make this a swoosh mark, a swag in the back, and this ribbon is about 10.5 to 11 inches. And now if you don't have this decorative circle punch, you want a shape that's about 2.25 in dimension. And dimension, that's not the word, is it? Well, radius? No, I don't know. And then this one is 2 inches. This is, again, I use that same shape, that circular, kind of with a jagged edge. All right, let me get this. Now this is called, which one am I doing? The card. This is Happy Birthday, and it's cute. It's a happy birthday to a classic. So I am going to, now whenever you have a big shape of black, you want to really make sure you're getting that good. So, and the memento is a, oh, I'm not even showing you. The memento is a hard pad because it's felt. So you want to press a little bit harder than you do when you're pressing with your other colors that are, because they're actually foam. And let's let's see. I'm going to go straight up, straight down. Press it and hold it there for a second. I'm not pushing too hard because I don't want to get any halo. But I'm holding it firm. And straight up, straight down. Okay, and it's really, I love this, the Euro Classic. Anybody that's into cars will like that. So, I gave the size of those. Easy peasy. This goes on to this circular dot punch, which I love. I think if anybody likes to have different shapes instead of just circles, this is great. All right, I'm going to put this, okay, mountain in the middle, fold up my card base. I'm going to put my white mat. You'll get these, and you don't have to use them, but it's kind of hard to write on dark paper, especially this one. All right, now we have some mats going on. So my first mat is Cajun Craze. This is Early Espresso, if I didn't say so already. My Decorative Circle Punch was Early Espresso, and the basic white is what I used for all these labels. So I have my card base. Now this is Cajun Craze, a 4x5 1/4" mat. I call them mats when they cover the cards, or they're kind of a rectangular, larger shape. So that goes down first. And then we have some of this Designer Series paper. Isn't that pretty? Even the back is nice. This is a great paper pack. Masculine. We're always looking for masculine stuff. So this is going to go on centered in that. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. So it's a 1/4 inch smaller than the piece I just put down. I love this. Isn't that a nice, manly pattern paper? I love it. And then this, so we have the car here, so we have to have some more cars. So this is another piece. Now this is, this is 2 by 5, I believe. Yep, 2 by 5. Yes, indeed. And this, look at the back of that. That's even pretty too, right? I shouldn't say pretty because it's guide paper, but I don't know. I just think that we're always doing florals. Make sure that I have my card. I know I spun it around. I want to make sure that I'm doing it in the right direction. Now, I put it more to the left than the right, just for a little bit of something different. You can put it centered if you want. I just put it more to the left. I left maybe, this is maybe, I don't know, 1/2 inch to 3/4 on the left, a little bit more on the right. Now, what we're going to do with this is that we're just going to put this down, and everything's going to go right here. So I'm going to put some adhesive right in the center here, just to get things started. And then I'm going to take my ribbon, right, and lay it across, kind of at an angle, more straight than an angle, but still not completely straight. Then this side is going to come down like this. Now I'm not going to press it too hard yet, because I want to make sure that my piece that goes on top is going to show up. I want these pieces, these two curly ends, to stick out. So when I do this, I can see, well, I might want a little bit more showing up. So I'm going to pull it up and go a little bit higher, and then bring this down, right? And then I'll just make this a little bit longer and do the same. All right, because I like to see the loops. Perfect. All right, so then now I can push it down in the middle, and then when I put this on with dimensionals, it will hold all the ribbon in place. It'll be like extra reinforcement. I love this shape. I'm going to be using it a lot. So you guys that take my card classes, you may get sick of it. It's kind of like me and the Hippo dies. I love the Hippo dies. I'm so sad that they retired. But okay, so this is going to go kind of centered in that, just like this. Make sure my ribbon is in the right direction, just like, oh, it's a little crooked before I push it down all the way. All right, so there we have it. And then you're going to take your ribbon scissors. Now I have 2 pairs. If you've watched me before, you know that. I mean, these are Stampin' Up! Scissors. They're called paper snips. They're only $10, so it's nice to have 2 of them. But I keep one set for cutting anything. You know, cardstock that has adhesive on it. I cut glue dots with it. And another set I keep with a ribbon on it just for cutting ribbon. because it keeps them nice and clean, and you get a nice clean cut. Just like that. All right, so I use the same little rustic metallic dots on here, and again, you can put however many you want, because your embellishments don't come with this kit. However, if your order, I think I told you at the beginning, if the order is $50 or more, I'm going to send you an embellishment. I'm not sure what it will be. It could be these metallic dots. It could be the matte black dots. It could be rhinestones. It all depends on how many I have. Oops, how many I have to give away. All right. So that card is done. Isn't that great? Happy birthday to a classic. All right. 2 cards down. And let's do this one. Now, I left the last 2. These 2 have, I'm going to clean my, I have, if you're wondering what I'm doing off to the side, I have my Stampin' scrubber off to the side here. And this is great because you use the Stampin' mist with it. So you spritz one side. They have little drops in this corner and a sun in that corner, so you know what side's wet and what side's dry. But I actually made with my Dymo label maker, I made little labels wet and dry, because they're great for cleaning your stamps. You could use your chamois if you have one of those chamois, but I like this because I keep it off to the side of my desk. I mean, I'm doing it right in front here for you, just so you can see, but it gets in all the nooks and crannies of your stamp, and it really cleans them well. And the Stampin' mist is great because you just spray one side, leave the other dry, and then after I've stamped for a while, and especially because I do classes, after I stamp for a while, there's a lot of ink in this, so I just, these pieces come out and you can rinse them, but I don't even take them out anymore. I just kind of put it under my faucet. I put a little bit Dawn dishwashing liquid on either side and suds them up, and just keep rinsing it, and then I stand them in my sink or on a rack, and then all the color drips out. Then I'll soap it up again and rinse it again, because usually it takes a couple tries, but mine might be a little worse than yours unless you're doing classes like I'm doing. So sometimes I have a lot of people using them. All right, card number 3. All right, let's do the Holy Smokes, and we are going to have to do some tying. Believe it or not, I did not use my Sharpie technique on this class. That's a surprise, isn't it? You guys know I love that Sharpie technique. In fact, I don't know if you noticed, but out on my Donna's Creative Space YouTube channel, I made a video just on making that Sharpie technique, making knots with that Sharpie technique, and because I have people say, oh, I don't remember how you did that. Can you explain it again? So I said, you know what? I'm going to make a video. And I did. So it's out there. So you can, if you forget, you can just go out there and search. Go to my channel, Donna's Creative Space, and just search for, why can't I separate these 2 pieces of cards? Because I'm on camera. That's why. It'd be easy if no one was watching. All right. Let's see. I told you all the sizes for that other one. Oh, that ribbon. Did I? Yeah, I told you 11.5 for the ribbon. All right. So now let me tell you about these pieces and the ribbon. All right, I love this Holy Smokes one because this would be great for those men in your life that probably do the grilling. All right, so this one now is, all right, I have a Sahara Sand card base. Did I tell you? Yeah, I told you the last one was Early Espresso. I'm trying to remember everything. It's hard. So this is a Sahara Sand card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have the inside mat 4 by 5 1/4. We have this is kind of a cool designer series paper with all like barbecue type of stuff. It's got the cow, it's got a pig, it's got flames, spoons. What is that? A paddle maybe? I don't know. This is the flipper and a fork and cutlery. But I think it's great. The other side is this striped, which we're also using, but this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is a piece of Cajun craze that is 1 3/4 by 4. And then we have the other side of that paper, another little piece. This is 1.5 by 4. This is all that He's the Man paper is great. Now this is the postage, the rectangular postage stamp, which I think is a great punch to have, because whenever you need something a little square, I mean, I did it in black tonight, but if you need a little rectangle for a sentiment, it's great. I'm trying to think, did I show you? Oh, I have it. Oh, you probably can't see it, and I don't want to open this because this is going, I have 3 kits left to mail. These are going to my new team members. See there, I used it. Can you see it on that one? I used the postage stamp. Let me get closer. Maybe you can see it. Here, zoom in. I used the postage stamp punch for that wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. It's a great little punch for doing things like that, for stamping on, but also for a little background like this. So that's that. All right. Trying to think if I got to make sure I tell you everything. So I already told you about this. I'm going to leave that out because I'm using it again now. Oh, and you have this little oval. This is one of the dies from the set here. That oval, and it's again, it gives you this little lip around the edge, so it's kind of a decorative oval. Postage punch, decorative oval. And then we need 2 stamps. This, I don't have the label on it, but that's the little, kind of like a little button stamp. Now, for this is the black twine, and it comes in a pack like this. If you're going to buy it, it's called Baker's Twine Essentials Pack, which is great because you get crumb cake, basic white, you get vanilla, the black, and then this gray granite. So it's a great little thing if you like using twine and you just want to get a few at once. You can grab that one. We also have, oh gosh, this is new too. This, and I've been using it, and I don't have the other color in here because it's out. I'm doing a class Thursday night, and I'm using it. But this is our new 2022-2024 in colors. So you can get the twine in the white and the color. This is Parakeet Party. This is Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide. This is Orchid Oasis, and the class we're doing is using that Starry Sky. Starry Sky? Yeah, Starry Sky. So we have some good twines out there if you're interested. All right, so this black is from here, and I cut 26 inches about for you. All right, so I only need 1 for the cards, but you get 2 pieces, so you can make both your cards. So I'm going to stuff that back in there for the next one. All right, so let's stamp first. I am going to ink this up. I probably should have inked up my added ink, re-inked, I should say, re-inked my, I should have re-inked my ink pad because now I went and got ink on my finger. If you have any questions as I go, just let me know. I keep looking back at my, so when you have I keep looking back at the computer to see if anybody's saying something. When you have something white on white and the stamp is about the same size, you can go ahead and find something that's a little bit darker to go underneath it, right? Because now you can see the outer edge of it when you go to stamp over it, so it makes it a little bit easier. Stamp that, take it off. Holy smokes, you're amazing. All right. Told you these were easy. It's all a matter of assembling, and it's all going to be cut for you. The only other thing, we have one more thing to stamp, and these are this little kind of button. See, look at it. Isn't that cute? So it's a little button, and I just put it, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be. Maybe I put them on before, but I think it adds a little something to the cards. All right, now we can assemble. So this is going to go on the Cajun Craze, but as we do this, I don't want you to put it down on your card base yet. Now this is going to go end to end. It's not going to be like inside this. It's going to go end to end, meaning you're not going to see the Cajun Craze on the right and left. You're only going to see the top and bottom. That's done purposely like that, right? Now you're going to put it on your, designer paper piece, But you're not going to put this on your base yet because we want to wrap our ribbon around it. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. Just like this. And I'm going to use my grid paper because I can kind of line up the edge. And it can be lower, it can be higher. I'm going to go a little bit lower just for a little effect. I'm lining it up here and there, right? So now I have that on my paper. Now we're going to wrap the ribbon, the twine, before we go all the way, before we put it on our card base. I gave you all the measurements for this, I believe. All right, so I'm going to wrap this once, twice, come around again. I've given you plenty, or I'm giving you, if you were getting this card kit, I'm giving you plenty to tie a knot. Probably a little too much, but it's better to have more than less. So if you have trouble holding your card down, while you're working with it, put a block on it to hold it down so it doesn't jump in the air. So now I'm going to try to tie a little knot with this. And I went underneath the second piece so that I could get them both together. And that we have it doubled like that. Boy, I did give you quite a bit, didn't I? And then you're just going to trim it down like that. And if it's too loose, you can tack it down in the back. I'm going to pull it a little bit over, just like that, to the left. Now it can go on your card. And you don't have to tack the ribbon down, because once you tape it like this, put your adhesive on the back. Oops, hold everything. I forgot to do my card base. Fold it in half, line up the edges, and crease it with your bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, that's a good thing to have. And now this is going to go centered on here now that we have the twine on it, just like that. All right, and I know it looks like things are upside down, but some are upside down, some are right side up. All right, now we're going to take the Holy Smokes. This is going to go flat on the black postage stamp punch. But then we're going to put it up on dimensional. So this is going to go on here. Just like this, centered. Right? Try to get it a little bit even. All right, and then this will go on dimensionals. Now, one of the things we can use on this card is black dimensionals. Now, I don't know if you knew we had these, but these are black dimensionals. I know they look gray right now, but that's only because that's the backing. But look at this. They're black. It's just the film on the back that you have to take off, but they're black. See? And they're great for cards like this when you're using something dark, like a dark piece of black putting down. So now we're just going to center this on here. Center left to right and top to bottom. Just like that. Now I am going to switch, and I'm going to be using the black matte dots. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. Whew, little putties poking out too much. And I'm not going to use the really big dots. I'm going to use these kind of smaller ones. And again, I'm going to put just 3 anywhere on your card. Just like that. Alright, so card number 3 is done. Oh, we forgot the inside. Gosh, I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached. Alright. This is going here. Now card number 3 is done. Okay. Alright. One last card. Can you believe that? And we're almost done. Jeez. This is gonna, hopefully this is gonna be done in, well, I don't know if we'll say less than an hour, because we got about 8 minutes. But I'm not going to rush. I don't want to rush. So I like this one the best, I think. Unfortunately, my dad's not around anymore to give it to him. But I really do like the way this came out. I used some vellum. I used that same punch. I'll show you. Alright, so I used thick Whisper White base. I don't need the extra envelope. So we don't have any white inserts for the inside because this is white, so you don't need one. So you have, let's see, let me get everything out and then I'll give you all the measurements. Can you believe all this is cut for you? I have been cutting up a storm with this. I actually started last night. I just sat there watching my DVR programs and just cut away. All right, so I have linen thread. This is another 26 inches. I wanted to make sure I gave you enough to tie and not, it's going to be put together very similar to the way we just did. All right, so I have the 5 so this is thick basic white. It's thicker than our regular basic white. I use the regular basic white to stamp, but the thick basic white is good for your card bases. It's a little bit stronger. It's a little heavier. All right, so I'm going to fold, line up my corners. Make sure you line up your corners because I do the scoring for you, but sometimes, you know, just the way you put the paper in the trimmer to score it just might be off a hair and your corners might not match up. This one matched up perfectly, but I just like to tell you that ahead of time. All right, so we're going to build everything again separately. So you have a black mat. It is 4 inches wide by 5 1/4. And we're going to take this. I love this paper. Actually, we're going this way. It's a horizontal one. Isn't that great with the ties and the shoes and the mustache and the eyeglass? I love this. And on the back, there's that paper. Remember on this first one, this is that grid. I don't know if you can see. There's like a light brown grid on this dark brown. It looks like fabric, but that's what we used on this little strip in here. In case you were wondering where it came from. All right, so I am going to adhere this. Geez, my tape runner is going to last the entire class. What do you know? So this is going to be adhered here. I think I like this card too because it's, I don't know. It's almost, I know there's a gray in here, but it just reads two-tone to me, you know, with the basics, the white and the black. I mean, it has the gray, but it just reads, I just love the way it looks. All right, so we're going to take, this piece is, what is this piece? I have a little jotted down. So this is, 1 by 4. 1 by 4. And this is going to go, you could put it centered. I don't know. I think this is more interesting when you put it off to the left. So I'm going to put this off to the left. I haven't even stamped yet. Maybe I'll give this to my son to give to his father. Wouldn't that be nice? I don't know if my ex-husband deserves it. I shouldn't say that. He gave me my son, so. All right, so I put it a little bit off center just to add interest, right? Now, let's stamp. Oh, before, let's do this so we don't forget. So we're going to do the same thing as we did with the other twine. This is about 26 inches. You're going to wrap it around. I leave a piece hanging, right? So I can tie, and I go around and come back again. So I have plenty of twine, and then I don't know if I did it slow enough on the other one, so I'll show you now. So then I take this, and I'm going to go, like I'm tying a knot, but I'm going to go underneath this bottom piece so that I'm grabbing both of them at once. And it looks kind of messy at first, but you can straighten it out afterwards. And then you're going to hold it down and make your little knot. Sometimes it always messes up when I try to do these. And this twine isn't very cooperative because it's so squiggly. Try to hold my finger there. There, just like that. And you can move it up if you want. Just kind of bend your paper like this. All right, and then use your ribbon scissors to cut it. See, I gave you plenty of. This is linen thread. I might have called it twine, but that's linen thread. It was 26 inches. All right, so now I have given you in your kit, if you get this kit, this is a Vellum Circle, and it is, I believe, 2.5. Let me check. Yes, 2.5. This is another label that was punched out of this set, this one right here. I love this set. Love it. Right? And then we have that decorative circle punch again. I don't know. This is going to be a good one, guys. If you don't have that, you might want to get that. Look at how, I mean, I just used it. Which one do we use it on? Let's see. I used it behind that and behind this. It just adds something, right? So what I've done is, now we can put this, let's put this on the card, right? We have no inside to put on because it's already, uh-oh, maybe I am coming to the end. I really do love this seal. This is the seal. I haven't been using the Seal Plus. I like the seal better lately. I have a love-hate relationship with the Seal Plus because it tends to eat my paper now and then, and I'm sure it's just me because there are plenty of people that use it, but for some reason it eats up my paper, so I've been using the regular seal. I like it a lot. It sticks every once in a while. You have to give it a little bit of a push. All right, I can't remember. Yeah, so this is on dimensionals. All right, now what I did was I first glued this piece on. This is going flat on your vellum. All right, just like so. Let me do it over here, just like so. Oh, you can't really see it, can you? Well, can you see it over here? You can't see that vellum, but I have it centered on the vellum, right? Just like that. All right, so now this way, when you put down your, not much shows here, but you have to be careful when you use vellum because you don't want anything, your adhesive showing behind it. So this is going to go on to the card with dimensionals. Should we use black again? I think so. You can use white. I think I used white on my sample, but I have the black right in front of me. All right, so this is going to go centered right here, just like that. Oh, we didn't even stamp yet, Donna. All right, and now this. Oh, we picked up a stray circle. Now I'm going to stamp this. Wishing you a happy Father's Day. And I'm going to do it. Oh, it's moved on my. I didn't notice that. And now I'm going to get ink all over my fingers. I don't like that it's at an angle. Let me straighten that out. Let me put it back down on here now. Press it back on. All right. Hope my head doesn't get in the way, but I'm going to try to line this up straight. Going straight across. Press down. Hold it for a second, let the ink sink in. Lift it up. And there we have it. Now I did it a little higher than lower, because I want to put on some black dots. All right, so I'm going to first put this on, I'll use these black ones again since they are out. I do like using the black ones now and then, especially on these black and white cards, like this one. All right, and then this is going to go centered in here. And it's kind of hard to center it because it's got that weird circle, decorative circle shape. But I don't know, all these different layers, right? You picking up what I'm putting out? All right, so now I'm going to put 3 of these dots right down here. So I'm going to put one in the center. I want to move over my string a little because it's off center. And then one, I'll go on either side of that and lay those down. And then before I press them down, I'm going to nudge them up a little bit. Or nudge them down, nudge them to the left, right, whatever, just to try to get them in line. Just like that. Okay. And that's that. So isn't that nice? So there we have it. We made 4 cards. What time is it? 7:32. We actually did it in an hour because, I mean, I was talking to you guys about some housekeeping stuff. So the actual cards only took an hour. Now, it might take you longer because you're going to do 2 of everything. But that's what you'll get. So you'll end up, this is what you're going to end up with. All of these cards. Because your kit is going to make 2 of everything. Right, so if you have your own stamp set, you can, if you have your own stamps that will fit in these shapes, But isn't that great? So you'll have 8 cards when you're done. 2 are Father's Day, 2 are birthday, 2 can be like I don't know, it could be an anniversary even. Every day with you is another adventure. And then, holy smokes, you're amazing. That could be for anything. That could be, gosh, congratulations type of card. Okay, so that is it. So, all you have to do to get this card class, this virtual class kit, right, is shop with me from now till the 31st. Use that host code. Spend $35 or more on whatever you want before shipping and handling, right? And you will get, oh, I was going to look for the little bag of it, but I took it all out. It's right here in front of us. We put it all together. So, 8 cards, 2 of each of the 4 designs. So that's it. I am going to upload this to YouTube, and then when I have that path, I'll put it right in here, because this will be the front of your package that you get, and it tells you what you need, Memento or Early Espresso ink, and just some tools and stuff that you might need. And then the link will be in blue. This is not the link. This is all X's. Once I get the link from YouTube, I put it in there, print this out, and this will be in the front, kind of like this. You'll get a package like this. And although on my Card Class To Go kits, the path is on the written instructions, but there are no written instructions for this because I make my virtual class public to everybody so everybody can see it. All right, folks, thank you for watching. Please, oh, Marianne, I didn't know you were here. You didn't say anything. I hope you're feeling okay. I miss you. So take care, folks. Have a good night, and I'll see you someday. Bye, guys. Take care. And don't forget, if you want to get on my email list, go to donnascreativespace.com and click on the button to add me to your newsletter list. All right? Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your night.